Hi, welcome to SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. This is our preview of the 2012 NBA Finals. It's Monday right now. The finals are starting tomorrow, so we've got Miami and OKC. We've got all the lines out, all the MVP props and everything. We're going to do this as a little special occasion, so we're going to do it a little roundtable style. We're going to be joined once again by SBR contributor Jordan Sharp, who's been giving us great advice on the playoffs all season long. And we're also going to be joined by Scotti from NBAchoice.com. Scotti and Jordan, thanks so much for being here.
Hey Pete, good talking to you, man.
So let's start with the series price. I think it opened at OKC around minus 150 or so. Now I see a Pinnacle. It's all the way up to minus 173. Scotti, what do you make of that? Do you think that 173 is about right, or do you think it's going to climb even higher?
You know, as it stands, it continues to climb a little bit higher. I think we could actually see that get up to minus 185 by tomorrow night's tip-off. So I think that there's a couple of contributing factors to that. I definitely think that there's a larger play with more of the general public, good versus evil. Obviously, the Heat being more of the villainous role. You know, I think a lot of people want to see OKC win.
Yeah, to me, at first glance, like everyone else, I'm thinking OKC is going to win this one pretty easily, but I'm not sure how confident I am in that. Jordan, what do you think of Miami's chances to actually win the series?
I mean, you have to think about it. It's not that great of a favorite when you see OKC right around minus 175 right now. But they do have home court advantage, and the Heat have been pretty bad on the road throughout the playoffs and throughout the regular season. They're 9-14 straight up since the month of March on the road. That's including the playoffs. So going into a hostile environment like Oklahoma City, I could even venture to say that's going to be a tougher 4 games if it gets that far than in the Boston series. So I think, I completely agree with Scotti. I think you're going to see this series price rise a little bit more because I think more people are going to bet on OKC.
Yeah, I mean, this reminds me actually a little bit of the Stanley Cup Finals, where there's one team that is a favorite that I thought should be a little bit more of a favorite, but where I also thought the series was going to go, 6 or 7 games. So let's look at the prices for the length of this series. Now, right now at Pinnacle, the series going 6 or 7 games is minus 233. Scotti from NBAchoice.com. What do you think about that?
Well, I think if you look at the structure and the way both teams are set up here, and if you think about what the NBA as the association and the public wants in general, I mean, you want this team to go 6 or 7 games, right?
Right.
So obviously you're gonna hike that price up a little bit to the 233. Based on what we're seeing, Jordan, I think you have some great insights to what you're seeing there. We actually could see Miami winning this in 5, so I think that could be a pretty good price there. And here's why. If you look at the way the Thunder kind of burned through those opponents there with the Lakers, you had an aging Lakers team, not too great in defense. You had an aging Mavericks team, Jason Terry and Vince getting both of those shots. And then you had the Spurs, who obviously I think everybody was surprised to see them get as far as they did and kind of come out and dominate OKC the first 2 games. However, if you look who Miami was playing, they were playing the top defenses in the NBA. But often they just downed them, won a very crucial game 6 there on the road against the second best defensive teams in the NBA. And then the Knicks and the Pacers who round out the top 11 in NBA defense. And when you look at OKC, they're playing, the defense just isn't there. We could actually see Miami getting this in 5, and we believe defense will be the key to that and getting some stops in the paint.
I mean, right now at Pinnacle, the odds of Miami winning exactly in 5 are plus 730. So those are huge odds there. Jordan, what do you make of that analysis?
I see where he's coming from, and it wouldn't be a bad idea, but personally, I'm on Oklahoma City in 6. It's at plus 300 right now at most places, and I think that's pretty good value because for us to assume that Miami is going to win in 5, that means they have to win 1 game, at least 1 game on the road in Oklahoma City, and then assumingly win 3 in a row at home because of how the finals are structured. I really don't see that happening, even though Miami has been a pretty good juggernaut at home these playoffs and throughout this season. I really think Oklahoma City, it boils down to if their big 3 guys can play as well as Miami's, their role players are far better than what Miami has to offer. And I think home court advantage is going to really come down to I think it's really going to come down to the Thunder winning this, and I think the Thunder will I see the Thunder protecting home court, and I see them winning both games at home in games 1 and 2.
I think what people fail to realize or see is the defense and the impact that Chris Bosh has on the game.
Yeah.
If you look at the first couple of rounds, Miami did have some problems in the first 2 opponents. Just seemingly you thought they were going to go 4-0 against. Bosh being out there is a huge difference, man. And these 3 guys have had another season in jail. Chalmers, while he's terribly inconsistent, can certainly, defend Russell Westbrook. He did a pretty good job the last couple of games against Rondo. I mean, we're one to think, we're very contrarian at some point. We do believe Miami can win this thing in 5.
I completely agree with you in this aspect. Miami has the ability to play good enough defense to win this series in 5. It is absolutely foreseeable that they can do that. Are they going to do that? I mean, it remains to be seen. They played very good defense in games 6 and 7 of that Boston series, and that's eventually what won that for them. And if you saw all throughout the playoffs last year, they were playing very good defense really up until the finals. Oklahoma City is a different animal than any team they've had to face so far. And I would say that I agree with Scotti in this aspect that the Heat have had a harder road to the finals than the Thunder have, considering who the Thunder have faced and how much they just did not, how their opponents just did not match up with them very well. But once again, I just see LeBron and Dwayne Wade exerting themselves so much on the defensive end to stop the Thunder that I could see their offense, maybe not LeBron's per se, but Bosch's and Wade struggling a little bit. And that's kind of why I see the Thunder winning this series, because I just don't think they can keep up that kind of defensive intensity against the Thunder's level of talent as they did in Games 6 and 7 against the Celtics.